Hello everyone, I want to welcome you back again to my channel. My name is Melvin, and in this video I'm going to take you through the process of designing a flyer in Office 365 PowerPoint. So let me just show you the image we'll be designing. Of course, as you're seeing, this is the image we'll be designing in Office 365. So I'm going to really take you through the process how to design a professional flyer for your events, for your projects in Office 365. You don't really have to pay someone to design flyer. You can do it if you have Office 365 PowerPoint installed on your laptop. Then you can stay along as I take you through the process of designing this beautiful flyer. So I want us to head straight away into PowerPoint and let's start work. Yes. So let me just remove this guy. Okay. Yes. So we are back into PowerPoint. So as you're saying, this is my PowerPoint. It's already open. So if you have PowerPoint installed on your laptop, you can just head right away to your laptop and open PowerPoint, and then you will stay along with me as I take you through the process. Of course, PowerPoint has some beautiful functions, powerful functions that you can use. No doubt it is called PowerPoint because it really has some powerful functions that you can use. Traditionally people have been using PowerPoint to do presentation, to teach in school, but PowerPoint can be used in other ways. It can be used to design graphics. It can be used to build and create animations and all of it. It has powerful transitions functions that you can use. The animations functions are very powerful. You can animate objects. You can create videos in PowerPoint. So it has wonderful functions. But for the purpose of this video, we are going to focus mainly on how to design an event flyer. As we are saying, this is a flyer that I designed a few days back, and so we'll be redesigning this same flyer in PowerPoint. So to start, first of all, you need to have a working space. So to have a working space, you need to go to Insert on the Insert button, and then once you're on Insert, you go to New Slide. So there's a drop down menu on New Slide, and then you will see it has so many options that you can choose from. But for the purpose of this flyer, we want to have the blank, the blank and slide. So once you've got your working space ready, you can now head on to get an image, because I use this image. You might have images on your laptop or anywhere else you can find image, but for the purpose of this video, I'll be using some free cut images that are available in PowerPoint. So to get that image, I have to go to Insert. So you're seeing the Insert button. So when you click on the Insert tab, it takes you to what they call icons. So under the icons tab, if you click it, it opens, and then you will see it has a bunch of free images that you can use. So under the icon, so we have images, we have icons, we have cut people, we have stickers, we have videos, and we have illustrations. So these are a bunch of options that you can use for whatever illustrations you want to make. For the purpose of this video, we are going to use cut people. You don't have to do anything. There are a bunch of cut images that you can use for free, and formal and informal. It depends on the purpose of your flyer, what you want to do. So I will choose this gentleman with a notepad. I think this one will be good because that is what is in the flyer I designed, and so we should have it by now. So we have got the gentleman here, but we don't want to use the full posture of the gentleman. We just want to use the middle of him. So what we have to do, because if you look in the flyer I designed, you will see that we only used from the middle of him and to the top of him. So what we have to do now is to what they call crop this man, so that we can have only the middle of him. Yes, I think this one is good. So once you have cropped this image, you have to increase it, drag it down so that it can fit within the width and length of the workspace. So I think this one is good because this is what we have here. So the next step is to have this kind of curve. This is the design, the design curve we are seeing. So we want to have this kind of curve, in this space. So what do? We go to shapes. So there's a shape icon here. So when you click on shapes, it gives you a bunch of options of shapes that you can use for free. So you select this shape is good. I think this one is good. It's a good fit for what we want to do. You bring it up and then you drag it a little bit close to the man. But we don't just want it to be like this. We have to give the shape, we have to change the color of the shape, we have to remove the outline, and we have to give it a curve, just like this. We want our shape to be like this. So to achieve that effect, what we have to do, you have to click on the shape, right click on the shape, and then it gives you an option where it says edit point. So when you click on edit point, it also gives you an option to really edit and to curve and to tweak the shape. So it really depends on really what you want to do with it, but the edit point allows you to really transform the shape into whatever size you want to use. But that is how we want it, because we want to curve it down just like we're saying up there. So, and then you can also work on it this way. So it really depends on really what you want to achieve when you're working on this kind of shapes. It depends on what you want to achieve, but the edit point gives you the niche to really work on, to transform, and to really, get the shape to the way you really want to see it in PowerPoint. That is a very powerful tool. So I think the next step on this shape is to have the text. We need to have a text box where we can write "Join us, Young Leaders Conference." So we need to have a text box. But before going to the text box, we have to change the color of the shape to gradient. So where do we get gradient? To have the gradient effect, just like this, we are seeing how beautiful this design is. To have that beautiful effect, you just have to jump to color, click on the shape, and then you go to color, or you can come down where we have format shape. You can just come down here, and then you can have, we are saying gradient, and then you can just click on gradient. Of course, it was set automatic, but you have to really, like, the gradient is composed of two colors. So let me just go and show you how I got this gradient. So as we are saying here, this shape gives you the option of entering a color, choosing a color. You can choose, we have mauve, the mauve is on top, and then we have deep blue, which is at the bottom, and then you can choose the blue here. And then when you choose these two colors, it gives you this kind of gradient. So you can also tweak the gradient in the way you want it. You can choose from this the direction of the gradient. So you're saying if you click here, the direction will change. So you have a bunch of options that you can choose from if you want to select. But I like this one. This one is fine. It's good for us. You can also work on the gradient. If you want to make it more darker, you can drag it in front and you drag it behind. You can also increase the top of the gradient if you want to increase on the mauve of the gradient. So it really depends on really what you want to do, but that is how to create a gradient effect. So once you've got the gradient, then you need to head on to bring in the text, right? So how to create a text in PowerPoint? So text is very simple. You just have to click on the shape you want the text to appear. Once you have clicked on the shape, you go to shapes, and then you select a text box. So there's a text box, so you have to drag the text box. So in the text box, PowerPoint gives you the option to type the text you want to type. So we can just say JOIN, join us. You can type the text you want to type for your event. So it really depends on the name of your event. So once you've got the name of how you want to describe your event, you can just head on to typing the name of your event. You also have a bunch of options, fonts that you can use, text fonts that you can use. We have different fonts that you can use for whatever the case may be. I think this one is good. This one is good. And then you have to have this line. We are saying there is a line here. There is a line here. So to have this effect, we just head on to shape, and then once you are at shape, you select a shape, and then you can draw a line. So once you've got the line, you have to remove the outline, and you have to add color. So the white color is fine for this kind of shape. So you move on to add an Young Leaders Conference. So you also head on to shapes. You head on to shapes. Once you add shape, you select text box. Once you've got the text box, and then you have to write the title of your event. Yes, we've got this. So you can also head to the font types to have different types of fonts. PowerPoint has like hundreds of fonts that you can use for free. You can even download some fonts and add them to your work. but let's just use the free ones available. So once you've got the title of your event, you can even play on this. You can play on these fonts. You can play on this font to make it just, anyhow beautiful, to emphasize, you can play on the font. You can play on the fonts to just make it more beautiful, so. And then the next part is to have the date of your event. So when you want to write a date of your event, you can also use icons to demonstrate dates, to just show the date. So it shows that you are really professional, you are a professional graphic designer, and you really know what you're doing. So sometimes when I want to write dates on my graphic, I don't just type the date. I also look for a shape. So you can come to icons, for example. On the insert button, you have icons. When you go to icons, you will see a bunch of free shapes that you can use. So if you want to type date, you can just say date, and then it gives you options of icon that you can use for date. So this one is good. We select this one, we bring it in. It is in black. You can change the color. If you click on the color, and tap, you can just change the color of the date of the event. And then once you've got the icon for dates, you can now head on to writing the date of your event. So what is the date of your event? Can you guess? Let's just guess a date. Okay, we've already guessed the date. I think this one is fine. And once you've got the date ready, what you do next? So we've got a date for our event. Yes, beautiful. So we need to create this effect. We are saying there is an effect here. There is a zigzag, beautiful effect. It gives the flyer some kind of appetizing look. People want to click. The moment they see it, they want to click. So the zigzag effect, you can also get it in PowerPoint. Yes, you can get it in PowerPoint. So to have that effect, you have to come to draw, the draw tab. When you click on the draw tab, you will see a bunch of options that you can use. There is a drawing tools that you can use for free. So we want to use this one. This one is beautiful. There's a drop down button. You click on the drop down, and then you can see how powerful they are. So you can increase the thickness, you can reduce the thickness, but let's just increase the thickness. We can use this one to create that zigzag effect. So it depends on how you want to use it. And you can also use this button to just grab it, the grab button, and then yes, you can change this as well. This icon allows you to convert your zigzag. Yes, so you can increase this and you can add more to it if you want, but that is how to use the zigzag. It gives you the power to draw, to draw shapes and images that you want to create, anything that you have in the back of your mind. Like I said when I started, as long as you can dream it, you can create it in PowerPoint. So once you've got your zigzag shape, we now move to the next step. The next step is to enter the contact information. When you're creating an events flyer, people want to know how people are asking questions. How do I get in touch with you? How do I apply to the event? How do I contact you? So it's very good to have your contact information. So like I said, instead of just writing the contact, it becomes really pretty much attractive when you use an icon for the contact. So to do that, we are going to select the icon. So first of all, once we want to insert our website. So if you have a website that you want to insert on your flyer, you can just click on icon, and then once the tab opens, and then you can type website, and then you have option for website icons, free, ready to use. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to get it. Everything is in PowerPoint. So you just have to change the color to white, and then you type. So let's just get the other ones. Also, you will want people to contact you, maybe your email, right? You also need an icon for an email. So just come and type email, and then you click enter. You have a bunch of options to choose from. Yes, this one is good. And once you got the email, you have to change the color. Free and ready to use, free and ready to use. So now you can head on to writing your website, the name of your website. You go to text, you go to shapes, and then you select a text box, and then you write your website name, www.ylc.org. If that is your website, you have to write your website. I think it's very professional to always have your website on your events, and flyer, because people will know that yes, the event is credible, and and your organization. So yes, so once you've like inserted the icon for your website and also another icon for your contact email, if you also have a phone number that you want people to contact you, you can also have it on a flyer. Of course, when you want to have a phone number, you just follow the same step. Go to insert. On the insert, you have to click on icon. So once the insert button is here, you can click on the icon button, and then it takes you to where you can search for a phone icon. So we don't need a phone icon for this flyer. We only need a website and the contact email. But in your case, if you want to add that to your flyer, you can do that as well. So let's move to the next step. The next step is to have this curve design, the white curve design. I think it is behind the move, the gradient design. So we want to have this white curve effects on our flyer. So what do? We have to copy this, the gradient shape, and then we have to paste it. Once we have copied and pasted, we have to change the color of the gradient to white, of course white, and then we have to go to the arrange tab and then send it to back, send to back. So once it is sent to back, we have to ensure that it fits a bit. Let's see. Okay, so send to back. Okay, you have to arrange it first so that it gets the kind of effect you want to have. Send to back, and then once it's sent to back, you have to come to bring forward. Perfect, we have got it. So now we can see how we have got this kind of shape, the same shape, and it is very beautiful. But what we notice, if you notice, is that at the background color of the man is kind of gradient. It is not like white. So to have this gradient effect, we have to do the same. So you have to come to design. So under design, we have to come to format background color. So when you click on format background color, you have option for gradient. But again, you see it is automatic. So we have to change, we have to remove this color, and what we have to do is to change it. So we just have to remove it to white, change it to white, and then we have to change this one to something like mauve, something like white, and maybe something like that. But it has to be like this. So maybe let me just make it mauve, and then we can work on it. We can tweak it a little bit. Yes, oh my god, this is, in fact, this is beautiful. The effect is so wonderful. So let me just project this one, and so you can see. Let me just project. Oh my god, so that is the effect. Wow, so we're done. We're done. It's almost finished. Wow. So look at you. You have designed your first flyer in PowerPoint. So let's just go back to our image, and then we can see we have already got. You can also work on these guys to have them in place. But I think we are fine. We're fine. So this is how to design a flyer in PowerPoint. It is very simple. You can do a lot of designing. You can, like I said in the beginning, you can use animations, you can use transitions, you can use animations, you can use a bunch of images and shapes that can give your flyer a more professional look, and you can share this on social media, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Instagram, and all other social media platforms that you use. You can share your flyer. So I hope you will find this video very useful. If you think this video is useful, I want you to head on to my channel and subscribe. And please like this video and leave a comment, because when you leave a comment, when you like and subscribe, then you give me the motivation to come back with more content. We have more to learn. I'll be coming back with interesting videos that really you will like them. See you in the next video. Bye.